The key turned in the lock with its familiar click, a sound ID barely registered for years. Habit, comfort, the scent of our home, a subtle blend of Eliza's lavender fabric softener and the faint, sweet decay of the last night's forgotten wine glass on the counter, usually greeted me. Not today. Today, it was just air, stale, empty. I tossed my keys into the ceramic bowl by the door, the clatter echoing too loudly in the sudden, profound quiet. Pause one's Eliza should have been home by now. Her beat-up Subaru, the one with the dent from that time I parallel parked it into a lamppost, usually sat in the driveway, already cool from her commute. It wasn't there. A flicker of unease, quickly dismissed. Traffic, a late meeting. She worked hard, my Eliza. Always had. A devoted wife, in every sense. I walked through the living room, the Persian rug still perfectly centered, the throw pillows artfully arranged. Every surface gleamed, a testament to her meticulous nature. She was a woman who liked order. Pause 1. I checked my watch. 6:15. 30 minutes past her usual arrival. My phone buzzed in my pocket, a notification. Probably a news alert. Not her. Never her. My stomach, usually settled by the promise of dinner, began a slow, internal churn. She's fine, I told myself. The words hollow, already ringing false. We had a great sex life, a comfortable rhythm, a routine built on years. Our OPSEC, my OPSEC, was flawless, a digital ghost. Nothing connected me to those other nights, those other hands, those whispered names. She couldn't know. Couldn't. Pause 1. The refrigerator hummed. The kitchen was spotless. Not a single dinner ingredient laid out. No scent of anything simmering. Not even a note on the fridge magnet. That was the first true anomaly. Eliza always left a note. For anything. Be back at 7. Dinner in oven. Her precise, looping script, a tiny anchor in our predictable world. The quiet amplified, pressing in, heavy as wool. I called her cell. It rang 4 times, then went to voicemail. Her cheerful, recorded voice, "You've reached Eliza, I can't come to the phone," mocked me with its normalcy. Pause once, I tried again. Same result. My thumb hovered over the contacts for her friends Sarah, Michelle, Laura. No, not yet. That would signal panic. And there was nothing to panic about. Yet, I moved through the house, each step on the hardwood floor resonating with a disturbing clarity. The guest room, untouched. The study, her desk neat as always. Finally, our bedroom. The sanctuary. The air in here felt colder. Somehow, I scanned the room, my eyes snagging on the closet door. Ajar. My own shirts hung neatly. An army of muted colors. But Eliza's sighed. Pause 1. The hangers were bare. A desolate expanse of empty space. Not one dress. Not one blouse. The shoe rack, a carefully curated collection of heels and flats, now held only a single, forgotten slipper. Her jewelry box, usually overflowing with the trinkets ID given her over the years, sat open, empty. Nothing, just the faint imprint of where things had been. No dust, no haste. This wasn't a sudden flight. This was an orchestrated disappearance. She had packed, deliberately, methodically, and she had left everything else. My clothes, my books, my life, untouched. Pause once, my phone slipped from my suddenly numb fingers, clattering onto the thick carpet. No sound. My breath caught in my throat. This wasn't right. This wasn't how Eliza operated. She argued, she confronted, she explained. She didn't vanish like smoke. Not without a word, not without a fight. The cold tendrils of pure dread began to tighten around my chest. I scrambled for my phone, my fingers fumbling. Sarah, Michelle, Laura. I called them all, one after another, the sterile ring of the phone mocking my rising desperation. Voicemail. No answer. Each unanswered call drove the spike deeper. Pause once, was it some elaborate prank? A birthday surprise gone horribly wrong? No. The emptiness in the closet was too absolute. The silence in the house too profound. She must know, right? The whisper rasped from my throat, raw and unfamiliar. My carefully constructed world, built on layers of deception, and the unshakable belief in my own cleverness began to fracture. OPSEC. The word tasted like ash. How? When? There were no clues, no angry confrontation, no tearful accusations, just the chilling, perfect void where Eliza had been, who finds out and just leaves. No note, no explanation, just an empty space. It was a silence louder than any scream, a betrayal more profound than any shouting match. She hadn't just left, she had erased herself from my immediate reality, leaving me stranded in a meticulously clean, utterly empty house. My house. No, our house. Pause once the air conditioner kicked on. A sudden, rattling gasp that made me jump. I stood in the middle of our bedroom, surrounded by the ghosts of her presence, paralyzed. This wasn't abandonment. This was a message, and I had no idea how to read it, or what it truly meant for me. But one thing was clear: Eliza was no longer the woman I thought I knew. She was something else entirely, and she was coming for me. Thumbnails, empty closet, silent phone, missing wife, ghost house, precise exit, pause 2. The conditioner kicked on. A sudden, rattling gasp that made me jump. I stood in the middle of our bedroom, surrounded by the ghosts of her presence, paralyzed. This wasn't abandonment. This was a message, and I had no idea how to read it, or what it truly meant for me. But one thing was clear: Eliza was no longer the woman I thought I knew. She was something else entirely, and she was coming for me. The metallic tang of fear coated my tongue, sharper than the dust motes dancing in the morning light. Eliza wasn't just gone, she had orchestrated her absence. The pristine room, the stripped closet, it was a performance, a stage cleared for the next act. I ran my hand over the cold, empty shelving. The ghost of her silk blouses, no comfort. A message, but where? What? My eyes darted around, frantic, searching for any disruption to her perfect void. Under the bed, behind a framed photograph, nothing obvious. Eliza was meticulous, too meticulous. That was the first tremor of true understanding. She didn't leave clues. She left statements. My gaze fell on her nightstand, on the antique silver locket she always wore, always kept there. It was gone. Not unusual, she wore it every day. But as I reached for the smooth, polished surface, my fingers brushed against something else, tucked neatly beneath the ornate coaster. A single, folded square of paper. My heart hammered against my ribs. A trapped bird. This was it. Pause one's unfolding it. I expected a cryptic note, a taunt. Instead, it was a bank statement. Hours. Joint account. My eyes scanned the numbers, my brain struggling to process the implications. A series of massive withdrawals over the past 6 months, culminating in a final, devastating transfer yesterday morning. The entire balance. Everything. Our life savings. Gone. My breath hitched, a strangled sound in the silence. This wasn't just betrayal, it was an amputation. She hadn't just left, shed, erased us. And me. I dropped onto the edge of the bed, the statement trembling in my hands. The zeros mocked me. It wasn't about the money. Not really. It was about the cold, calculated intent. Each withdrawal a deliberate cut. Each transfer a nail in the coffin of our shared future. This wasn't the Eliza who cried at sad movies, who worried about stray cats, who held my hand at night. This was a predator, and she had bled me dry. My phone vibrated on the mattress beside me. A sudden jolt. A text message. Unknown number. I stared at it, frozen. A perverse part of me already knowing. Tick-Tock, darling. Did you get my little gift? Don't worry. There's plenty more where that came from. Zoxo, the Zoxo, was a razor blade, disguised as affection. My world tilted. She wasn't just observing, she was actively messaging me. This wasn't a game of hide and seek. This was a hunt, and I was the prey. I tried calling the number back, my thumbs shaking. It went straight to a generic voicemail. My rage surged, a hot, desperate wave. I needed answers. I needed her. You psychotic bitch. I whispered into the empty room, the words tasting like ash. What have you done? I scrolled through my contacts, landing on Mark, my best friend, my legal counsel. He would know what to do, how to stop this. But as I lifted the phone, another realization hit me with the force of a physical blow. Eliza knew everything. She knew my habits, my fears, my friends. Mark handled all our financials. She must have had access. Had been planning this for months, maybe years. Pause once, how deep did her infiltration go? My eyes darted back to the empty closet. The neatness no longer a sign of departure, but of meticulous dismantling. She hadn't just taken her clothes, she had taken my identity, my security, my entire future. The betrayal wasn't just emotional, it was a concrete, financial execution. Every happy memory, every shared laugh, every quiet evening on the couch, it was all a lie. A performance designed to keep me docile while she emptied my pockets and prepped her escape. I dialed Mark. The phone rang, once, twice, 3 times. His voice, when it came, was strained. "Ethan, what's going on? You just cleaned out the joint account. Are you okay?" The bank called, said it was a final transfer to an offshore account. "Ethan, what the hell have you done?" My jaw went slack. "Offshore account?" "No, Mark," I stammered, my voice barely a whisper. "I didn't. Eliza. She took it. She left a bank statement." A long, agonizing silence on the other end. "Ethan," Mark said, his voice dropping, heavy with dread. "The transfer was in